So guys, this is my weekly report for the October 5th. And just to let you know what I've been doing, I've been chasing stripers and bass. There's a lot of stripers in the area up north here, but they're not real big. You know, the bigger ones will be coming here pretty quick. The water temperatures drop down into the 60s. So, you know, I assume it'll start getting good here pretty quick. Maybe I've probably done my best when the water temperature is around 52 to 56 degrees. So we've been catching a lot of bass. Been doing mostly on blades and a lot of flip fish, flipping brush hogs and deep bombs, my regular stuff. And actually I've been flipping a lot of rage crawls lately and been doing really well. So a lot of that things going on in the area. Albacore, I haven't heard a whole lot, but I know they're probably still catching them, you know, when weather lets you get out. Fort Bragg's have been seemed to have been one of the better places. And the bluefin around here is kind of like got real quiet. So a lot of guys I think are going to other stuff because the sturgeon fishing's starting to pick up, the halibut fishing. They've been catching halibut in the bay pretty consistently. Drifting live bait, you know, with the three-way with the weight on the bottom with the live anchovies, but seems to be working the best. I'm sure if you could get out on the North Bar or out there by Seal Rock, you probably can catch some bigger fish that inside, but they've been catching some decent fish inside too. So, you know, halibut, if you want to, you know, I think kind of like everybody's just getting tired of it because it's been going on for like at least 3 months. So other than that, the sturgeon fishing, like I said, they're doing really well. Keep an eye out because there will be some changes in the laws about sturgeon here real quick. It looks like it's going to be catch and release only. But, you know, until the time comes when they start announcing it, I would just, you know, catch your fish. And if you want to keep one in the next year or so, you better take one home. So other than that, like I said, the stripers are starting to move in. They'll make the delta out there by anywhere from Collinsville to Rio Vista. They're home for the next 3 months. They stay down in this area and feed real heavily before water temperature warms up and they go up river to spawn. But the stripers have been a lot of small ones, you know, I'm talking about keepers up to like 7 pounds, you know, but there is a few guys catching some big fish. So, you know, they're starting to come, so I would, you know, keep an eye out for that. If you're a bank fisherman, I've been getting a lot of questions lately about bank fishing for stripers. I think some of the areas that are real good would be over there by Sherman. So if you went to Sherman Island boat ramp, about a quarter mile before you get to the boat ramp, there's a nice flat out there, and I see a lot of guys out there, you know, bait fishing with shad, anchovies, or sardines, and I know they're catching them. So, you know, I would go on a high outgoing tide. Is probably one of the better times to do it, and make sure it's on the bottom. You could go back and look at some of the videos I did on bait fishing for stripers. Use a sliding sinker, you know, with make sure your bait's on the bottom. So other than that, we're gonna come in a little bit. There's a lot of salmon in the season. The other day I was fishing with Warren up here north by Liberty, and we probably counted over 20 salmon rolling on the surface, you know, that were I think they're lost, but there was about 20 of them, and I saw a couple of them. The bodies were already dark color. So, you know, you're going to see a lot of fish rolling on the surface, and those are probably salmon. You catch one, you just got to let it go. You can't keep them. So, you know, your intent, if you have a salmon lure on and you're casting, you could get a ticket. But if you're throwing a jerkbait or bass fishing or whatever, striper fishing, you catch one, you're okay. You just got to let it go. You can take a picture and release it. So other than that, the delta's been, like I said, it's been good. I anticipate when the weather fall really starts coming in, you know, and the water temperature starts dropping, then I'm gonna start catching big ones. You know, right now, if you get a 5-pounder, you got a nice one. But most of them are little rats, and that's another way you could tell is if you go out and you quit catching these little 8 to 12 inch fish, then watch out, it's time. So other than that, lake fishing, one of the hottest things going on is Pyramid because it just opened up on the 1st, this last Saturday. I have a few friends up there, and Rick was up there the other day. He called me and said that there's a big algae bloom. They only caught 27 fish, which is really rare because up there, you know, if you don't catch 100 or 200, there's something wrong. He thinks it's the algae bloom, so he's gonna go up to the north end today. He's up there yesterday and today, so he's gonna go up there and I'll hear more from him. And I'll try to talk about it on Sep's show when I'm in the studio on Saturday. But the overall up there, I think the guys that are catching the bigger ones are the guys that are trolling. Because if they're not all bunched up where you're not catching over 100 of them, then they're probably scattered. So the guys that are trolling seem to be catching the bigger fish right now. I saw some pictures of fish that they looked like they were high teens up at the 20s. So, you know, Pyramid's one of them lakes that's well taken care of, and it's probably one of the best lakes to catch big trout anywhere around here. So other than that, I know Comanche, they're still catching trout. Buller's Bar, I heard they're catching some, but I'm sure you could probably catch fish in any of the Sierra lakes right now. And you could also look at Fishing Game's website to see where they've been planting. And if they plant a lake, then, you know, the next week I would probably go and try it. I know there's friends of mine has been catching Max, Silver Lake, a lot of the lakes up there, you know, the Mackinac, Union Valley. So if you want to go catch Max, I would head up there. And most of Mac fishing right now, they're catching them fairly deep in like 40 to 60 feet on steep ledges. And you can use little crappie jigs or spoon them. But they've been, a lot of guys that have been going, been actually doing pretty good on them. Another thing is the kokanee is probably starting to come to an end, but I still hear guys going up to Bullards catching them. But it's pretty much coming to an end for the kokanee. Crappie fishing. I love to fish for those things in the fall down here in the Delta and at Berryessa. They're just starting. My brother was out last week. Him and his buddy caught a limit of 25 each, and they're about the size of your hand. So pretty quick here. When the water drops a few more degrees and gets in the 50s, then I'll start going after them. But you can catch them right now, so they're starting to show up pretty good. So other than that, we got a couple events coming up real quick. We got one coming up this Saturday and Sunday. It's the Ultimate Bass Challenge. It's by Gamakatsu and Daiwa. I think they're coming out of Russo's. You can Google it and find out. You can go on Facebook page on Future Pro Tour and you can see where the event's being held. But it's a team event. It's one that's real fun. So you could bring a buddy or bring your kid or whatever. You go out, you go out and fish, and in every hour they have a weigh-in. So there's at times in the past that the first hour a 1.5 pound fish got a check. So a lot of guys will go out there and stay out till the end and come back at the end because they travel so far. But you hang around there and you catch some keepers, you go weigh them in, you probably get your entry plus some gas money back. So that's coming up this weekend. And then also we got October 14th and 15th, the NorCal Sportsman's Show. It's going to be in Roseville, and it's a new show, first time, where they're going to have like 100 vendors. They're going to have hunting, fishing, ski boats. They're going to have boats there. Fisherman's Warehouse is the main sponsor of the thing. I'm going to even have a booth, the AFO booth there. I'll be selling hats, sweatshirts, and t-shirts. I'm going to actually raffle off a fishing trip with me, and it's going to be fun. So don't forget, that's October 14th and 15th. So if you're Saturday, you're on your way fishing and it's 6:30 in the morning, turn your radio on to the AM dial on 1140. I'll be in the studio with Seps and Kent this Saturday and giving you guys update what's going on in the area. And then if you like this video, hit that like, and please subscribe because it'll help my channel out a lot. And if you got any comments, just hit that comment button on the bottom, and then I'll get back to you in a few days. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you at that show.